This is the ECSMX X20, isa sa mga bang-for-the-buck controller na pwede nyo mabili. Sa video natin ngayon, i-review natin itong controller na to. This controller was brought to my attention galing sa isang video ni Linus Tech Tip. If you want to check that video, ililink ko ito sa description. Let's start with design and build quality. Yung controller na to is made from plastic. Although smooth yung finish, merong mga parts na texturized for grip. Yung shape niya rin is enough para ma-hold yung controller properly. This controller has a reasonable heft to it. Hindi siya sobrang light na cheap feeling pero hindi din naman mabigat. It weighs almost like a cellphone. For the port, merong Type-C which is good. Mas easier na magamit dahil lahat ng devices Type-C na. Yung joysticks has a great feel to it. Merong rubberized grip sa sides at nakalubog ng konti for thumb. Natatanggal din siya and can be customized if you want a higher or lower joystick. Personally, di ko naman na-notice yung pinagkaiba sa dalawang height pero baka ma-notice ng iba. When it comes to buttons, medyo nagulat ako kasi instead of just feeling like a membrane button, clicky siya kagaya ng mouse and has the very satisfying feel to it. Just listen to this. High quality din yung buttons at walang printed paint. Debossed or protected lahat ng symbols. Maganda kasi hindi siya magfe-fade. Yung bumper and trigger buttons naman ay texturized din. For the triggers, pwede mo siya i-modify using the slider below. You can make it like a clicky button or yung normal trigger button na lumulubog, which is a great addition. Meron din itong programmable buttons na under ng controller. Texturized and clicky din siya, which is great. You will also see a slider under ng controller for its mode. Merong dongle or USB mode which uses the provided dongle or wired connection, Bluetooth, and switch for Nintendo. Meron din itong RGB lighting na customizable. Use the C button and press the right stick para sa color. C button and press the left stick para sa color brightness. At C button and double press sa left stick para sa modes ng breathing at constant on. Meron ding light indicator sa baba. Pero remember na hindi ito battery percentage indicator. Ito ay status indicator. Kung anong gamit na input method, kung low bat ba or full charge, pero hindi ito nagsasabi ng kung ilan na lang yung natitira na charge. Ngayon naman, titingnan natin yung specifications nitong controller. This controller is advertised to have 1000 Hz polling rate. Ito yung gaano siya kabilis mag-send ng data sa computer. Upon testing, near 1000 Hz yung polling rate, which is good. But that is after updating the controller at yung dongle. More on that later. This controller also has haptic feedback. May vibration yung controller kaya mas immersive yung games, which is good. Adjustable din yung vibration by using the C button at right joystick. Up for increase at down for decrease ng strength. This controller also has Hall effect stick. Again, this is good dahil mas accurate yung pag-report ng movement sa stick. For some reason, itong makabagong sensors is not even used sa Xbox One controllers and even sa PS5 controllers. Even though considerably mas mahal sila, kaya masasabi natin na sulit talaga to. We will use the circularity test para sa pag-test nito. For wired, 0% yung error. Sa wireless dongle, 0.1 to 0.2. Sa Bluetooth, surprisingly, 0% din. These values are all expected sa controllers na may Hall effect sensor. Yung mga rear buttons nito ay programmable. Just press C at yung button na gusto nyong i-program. The controller will vibrate at pagkatapos pwede nyo nang i-program yung combination of buttons na gusto nyo. After nyo i-configure, press the C button at yung programmed button again to finish. When using itong rear buttons, no delay at responsive pa rin yung button presses niya. Just make sure na pag pinoprogram nyo, sabay-sabay talaga yung pag-press dahil pati yung delay ng presses na re-record niya. Meron din itong gyroscope. You can rotate the controller to control the joystick. Kailangan nyo lang i-press yung C button, back button, at yung joystick na gusto nyo kontrolin. Lastly, again, nasa specification din yung mechanical buttons na clicky. In my personal experience, wala akong sobrang major na na-encounter na errors when using this. My only problem was updating the firmware. Para ma-achieve yung 1000 Hz polling rate, kailangan ma-update yung controller at yung dongle. Yung controller, easy to update lang naman. While turned off, just hold the left joystick button habang sinasaksak sa PC at i-update gamit yung provided software nila sa website. Remember to use a Type-C cable na capable of data transmission. Ako, nung una, di ko ma-update dahil yung gamit kong cable strictly power lang. You can check by plugging yung phone nyo sa computer. If nag-charge lang siya at hindi pwedeng mag-transfer ng files, ibig sabihin yung cable na yon ay di capable sa data transmission. You should use another cable. Of course, yung Type-C na bigay nila ay capable. The other thing was the upgrade ng firmware sa dongle. Ito yung medyo nahirapan ako. Kasi, after update ng controller, mababa pa din yung polling rate. Nalaman ko sa subreddit nila na kailangan din i-update yung dongle. The problem is hindi yun available sa website nila, but publicly available naman sa Discord. After downloading, na-flag din as false positive yung firmware kaya gumawa ako ng exception. There are two steps. One is mismong update. The second one was yung reset according sa readme. When using the first software, sabi already updated na. So I just resetted using the second software. At surprisingly, gumana naman siya. Lahat ng downloads at webpage na nakatulong sa akin ay ililink ko sa description. Aside from all of that, haptic feedback is great, responsive when used sa games, yung tactility ng buttons make the presses satisfying. Yung customizable triggers was a feature na hindi ko ina-expect na magugustuhan ko. Kasi hindi ko na kailangan i-press all the way yung buttons, which is great. At clicky din siya kaya satisfying. Have not used much yung programmable buttons but I can see na it work. For the pros and cons, for pros, nagpo-provide ng well-rounded experience. Merong enough gimmicks to tailor to your desired experience, responsive at well thought out yung design, merong Hall effect sticks at mechanical switches para sa better experience at immersion. Nakaka-capture niya din yung premium feeling ng mga premium controllers for its price compared sa ibang controllers around its range. Sulit. For cons, price. This is not an affordable or budget na controller. Nabili ko to around 1,960 pesos. Kung gusto mo lang na controller na that just works, I think hindi ito yon. Merong mga mas mura pang controller na iba na gets the job done. Pero kung gusto mo ng controller na magpo-provide ng well-rounded experience, I would recommend this one. For the next ones, nitpick na lang naman at na-mention ko na sa video kung paano ayusin. First is yung sa pag-update. Gaya ng nasabi ko kanina, medyo nagkakaroon ako ng konting problem sa pag-update nito. Yung update ng controller is self-inflicted kasi di ko ginamit yung provided na cable nila. Just remember to use Type-C cable na may data transmission. Pero pagdating sa dongle, I wish yung firmware ay available sa website nila. Another thing is yung 4 dots sa baba na akala ko nung una, battery indicator. I thought na may sira yung controller ko kasi kahit na-charge ko na pero 2 bars pa din. Pero status indicator pala. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Basta willing ka gumastos ng around 2,000 pesos for a controller, sure. For its price, meron kang better or on par specs sa similar or even mas mahal na controllers. Pero kung gusto mo lang ng controller na that just works, then maybe no. Dahil marami pang iba na pwedeng mapili. So yun lang guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you again next time.